Hi, this is Chronically Vintage 27 coming at you with a chronically ill post. Long time coming, I haven't actually made this. I talk about it on TikTok a lot and Instagram. I'll put them in down below. I'm much funnier on TikTok. This is all going to seem a bit depressing, but it's not. We're all good. So I have talked about it very briefly on my shorts. My meningioma what did I call it? A meningioma laugh, live, learn experience or something like that. So basically, I'm trying to keep this video short as like a little introductory thing. I was diagnosed with an optic nerve sheath meningioma, which is, in layman's terms, as far as I can work out, is a benign tumour wrapped around my optic nerve. So meningiomas, from the information I've been told, normally affect children, but in children they're often malignant, which is obviously very sad. But they normally affect women, and they normally affect the older ages. So when I went and saw my neurosurgeon, he was like, "You're very young to have a meningioma." And I was like, "Thank you." Anyway, so I found out in November 2022 that I had the optic sheath meningioma. Do you know how long it took me to pronounce meningioma? Too long. They should make them much easier to pronounce. But anyway, found out that I had the tumour in 2022. I went for a CT scan. It was actually an incidental finding, which basically means that they found it by accident looking for something else. So to summarise quickly as to why I had the CT, I went and saw a gastroenterologist. I suffer with permanent nausea, a lot of vomiting, other chronically ill gastro stuff, because you can't just have all of it. With chronically ill people, you understand it's like you can't just have one, you've got to collect them all, kind of thing. So I went for the CT scan ordered by the gastroenterologist. Oh, excuse me, that was not really ordered by the gastroenterologist. And he saw it. He was like, "Oh, there's something there that I don't think should be there, so would you mind going for an MRI?" Now, I've had an MRI before, which I will come back to, but I had an MRI but I never had a contrast. So he called me very quickly to go up to the hospital, which is a bit of a distance for me, which I think might become a problem rather soon. Anyway, I went to the hospital. I had my it was called an MRI head orbits with contrast. That's basically what it was described as. I think I was in there for about 45 minutes. So basically your head is like completely in the tube. It's loud. They do pack your ears very well, but it's still loud. And for the MRI head of the orbits, I had to keep my eyes shut permanently, which for me is very difficult. And I think they put like a mask over my face as well. It's a little bit claustrophobic, but I managed it. I took half a diazepam beforehand, but still, it's a really manageable test that you can do. And they give you a little like button if you want to come out, and you just were like, no, I've had enough. They literally just give you an emergency button. You either press the button or you squeeze it, depending on which one, and they will let you out straight away. Just as if anybody is worried about going to have an MRI. Honestly, they are fine. So I went and had that done, and basically that confirmed that I did have an optic sheath left optic nerve sheath meningioma. And I had no idea what that meant. I had no idea. I was getting told by people, don't Google it, don't Google it, don't Google it, you know, it'll make you worry. So I didn't Google it. I listened very much to their advice. However, it was getting more and more time that was passing, and I had no idea what was going on. So I ended up doing a bit of Googling, because who doesn't? And I was kind of reading about it, and I was like, oh, okay, so this can cause issues. This isn't, I know it's a benign tumour and it's not cancer, which is fantastic, but it still can cause issues, pressing on the optic nerve, pressing on the brain. There's all sorts of issues. I'll insert a photo and you will see on my left optic nerve there is a mass, and that mass is the nerve meningioma. And if I know how to insert it here or just put it on the thing, you can see that the meningioma is taking up quite a lot of space, where there shouldn't be a tumour there, and you can see that if it grows any much more, it's going to take up even more of that space, obviously, and you can see that it's a very small space. You know, this is in your eye, your optic nerve here, between like your brain and the eye. So I was a little bit worried, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, okay, well, what are the options? What do people have done for meningiomas? And a lot of people, because they're different, I don't know if I explained this, so meningiomas are brain tumours, brain and spinal cord tumours, which means they can grow anywhere they want within that space. So some people have them on their spinal cords, and it could leave them paralysed, I think, don't quote me on that. And people have it in different parts of the brain which control different things. So to be fair, I'm reasonably lucky with my placement of where the meningioma is, because a lot of people who I've spoken to on the Brain Tumour Support Charity Facebook group, honestly, that Facebook group is amazing, the charity is amazing. They sent me all of this stuff. One second, look at it. They sent me this whole amazing booklet, which has all sorts of, it's like magnetic as well. The little things in life. You know, they sent so many brain tumours, the basic tumours and treatments, living with a tumour, and then I think they also gave me one that was like for people who are living around you and how to deal with it, and I gave that to my parents to look at. So yeah, so that was that. And basically it's meningioma, although it's benign, can cause a lot of problems for people. Like I was saying, depending on which region of the brain it is, you know, the different types of lobes can cause different symptoms for different people. So to be fair, where it is, I am reasonably lucky, and so far it's not affecting the optic nerve too much. I went to see a neuro-ophthalmologist the other day. They said I need glasses and that I should not drive without glasses. I don't drive, but they were like, yeah, you're not allowed to drive if you don't have glasses. And they did a lot of tests. They did a Humphrey field test, they did an OCT test. What else did they do? And it was so many different things. I got the letter through, don't understand a word of it. But basically, so far it's causing hopefully minimal vision loss. Now the issue is we don't know if it's the glasses or if it's my vision. So that's why I went to Vision Express, very lovely people in there, and I got in the next day and they gave me an eye test. The optician said exactly the same thing, you should not drive. Just to put it this way, I'd never had any problems with my vision until last year. I'd never had any problems. I could see everything perfectly fine. I think maybe I had a bit of mild astigmatism, but nothing that would cause significant vision blurry. So I'm really hoping that it is the I just think glasses, and we will continue on the path of keeping an eye on my eyesight. I have to go back in 3 to 4 weeks to do this test when I have my glasses, and I will see the neuro-ophthalmologist in about 4 months time. So winding back a bit, before I saw the neurosurgeon, before I saw the neuro-ophthalmologist, I saw a neurosurgeon. 2 neurosurgeons, absolutely lovely people, honestly so kind, helped me with my bags, just really supportive, and they basically explained to me what I've explained to you. And they said, look, surgery is not an option here really, because it will blind you. You know, there is no way of getting this out without it blinding you or causing other problems if we do a craniotomy, that's what it's called. And I was like, okay, yep, definitely don't want that. And they said, but radiotherapy is an option. And I was like, okay. I was like, right, okay, because I knew it was an option. It wasn't a brand new surprise choice because I had Googled it. But I can't explain this. It was a very reassuring thing to be told. I don't really know how to explain that, other than when you have become worried that you will lose your vision, or that this tumour will grow, or that it will cause lots of problems for you. Hearing that there is something they can do about it takes a lot of pressure off. And I'm not looking forward to radiotherapy in the sense of side effects and, you know, the amount of travelling that's probably going to be, because this isn't my local hospital. It takes like 4 hours of travelling to get there and back, and I don't drive. So anyway, when I saw the neuro-ophthalmologist after I'd seen the neurosurgeon, she wasn't sure if we were going to go ahead with radiotherapy. But I got the letter through and she said basically if we do decide to go through radiotherapy, she just wants another load of baseline results with my glasses. I felt very emotional the last few days. I don't really 100% know why. I just do. I feel so emotional, and I cried so much yesterday because literally sobbing. I think it's all part of terms to coming to terms with the fact that you have another medical problem. I mean, probably should hide my address. This is a bag of normal medicines for me. Never mind when we start adding things in because radiotherapy is causing problems, or my POTS is flaring, which it's going to because it's getting to summer and it was like really hot outside today. It was 15 degrees and I was sweating. I had this on and then I'd taken a coat because it was really windy and I was boiling. So yeah, whether or not we need to start doing things for POTS and bipolar. Having bipolar is difficult when you're dealing with a lot of medical problems. You have this thing of stress. Stress can cause a bipolar episode, either manic, hypomanic, depression. It can cause all of those to be a problem. So that's a worry of mine. I've got bipolar. I've been doing really well managing it. In fact, it's the best I've managed it in a very long time, probably ever, to be fair. So I'm a little bit worried that this is all gonna flare up an episode for me. That is a concern. But there are so many amazing things going on in my life right now that make up for the tumour and the ehlers-danlos syndrome and the POTS and the bipolar and the whatever else we've got, gastro problems. I'm really lucky to have my family, friends and partner around me who have been amazing and thoughtful and kind. Doctors that have been really supportive, doctors that I've known a long time, doctors that I've only known a short time. You know, I'm so grateful for everybody who has helped me in some way or another throughout my whole life, but especially at the moment. And yeah. Get emotional talking about it. I can talk about my problems. I can be like, yeah, fine, I've got a meningioma, it's all good. I might need radiotherapy, and then as soon as I start talking about other people and how much they mean to me, that's when I get like overwhelmed. But yeah, anyway. I create TikTok content, which is basically just obviously very short videos using most likely, what's the word, current sounds or whatever the word is, making funny TikToks. That's basically what I do. That's how I get through the day, is making videos for other people to laugh at and for me to laugh at too. I've got a very dark sense of humour when it comes to my health, and I think it's one of the only ways I'm getting through, to be fair. So yeah, if you like that kind of dark humoury thing, I'll put my TikTok down below. Probably a bit easier to digest than what's I've nearly gone 15 minutes on here. Yeah, so basically, in summary, meningioma, optic nerve sheath meningioma, 15mm by 11 by 11, so 1.5 centimeters by 1.1 by 1.1. We think it has grown because there was an MRI that we found in 2021 that did have it on there. It just wasn't recognised. So we do think it has grown to 2 millimeters in the last year. It's from 2021 to 2022. So that worries me a bit. Yeah, basically I plan on making a few videos. I've actually come up with this idea that I want to make a music video, but not like if you're my age and you grew up when YouTube was just, I don't know, not just starting, but when it was popular, people used to make music videos to the weirdest songs, and like it was just, I don't know, it's such a just a throwback to me. I remember me and my friend making these really bad, out of sync, like I don't know why we didn't think of lip syncing, but we made these really bad videos to like Kesha, if anyone remembers Kesha's album from like 2010. We used to do that and we had so much fun, and it was such a creative way of doing things. And I've decided to try and do one of those, but showing more of an actual, you know, experiences, you know, that I'm having if I lose my hair with radiotherapy, if I have any, you know, side effects, and just kind of getting my glasses. I gotta go pick up my glasses. Just little things that, I don't know, it just makes it a little bit easy for me to digest. I don't know about everybody else, but it does for me. Anyway, I rambled on. I'm probably going to go and actually try and call my team and see what they've got to say. Alright, catch you later. By the way, this doesn't make any sense. I'm going to have to crop this video and make it another one, but anyway, bye.